know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Evette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies, what's going on in the world of travel?
Well, I know Jeanette just came back from somewhere. She's been
I
traveling.
did. I just got back from El Salvador last night. It's a beautiful country. Beautiful
Tell us
country.
about it, because this is some crazy traveling times these days.
It is some crazy travel.
Getting there and getting back, and how was
Okay,
El
so
Salvador?
getting there was fine, and actually getting back was fine too. I think I was a little worried about getting back because over the weekend we're now caught up in a war. We're at war now,
Yeah.
and I was a little concerned about coming back and going through. Global entry is now shut down. So I was worried about just getting back and just how everything was going to go. But luckily, ladies, last night I went through, global entry was shut down. So I just had to go through customs, regular customs. And I was walking fast. I was trying to get ahead of everybody. And luckily I did get ahead of the rush. And so I got at the front of the line. There were several flights that came into Dallas around, I was in Terminal D, got in around 7 o'clock last night, 6:30, and I got ahead of a lot of the crowd and was able to quickly get through. So it was really pretty good.
Okay. Tell us about El Salvador, because I'm interested to know what is the hype, or what was great about El Salvador.
So there was a lot to do in El Salvador. There was the beach.
Okay.
I would kind of say that it was like a budget Bali, and not as much to do as in Bali. But there was some culture there, like you have in Bali. There was a really nice beach there. I got on a horse for the first time, so that was I got it on that.
First time getting on a horse.
My first time. I'm from Arkansas, but my first
from Arkansas.
Tina, have you ever been on a horse?
I've never been on a horse. So
Wait a minute, I'm asking Tina, have you ever been on a horse?
Oh yeah, my
yeah.
Got horses everywhere.
Yeah, my family has horses, so I've been riding horses all my life.
I think my mom was scared of horses. My dad tried to get both of us, me and my mom, and both on a horse, and my mom was like, "I'm not getting on a horse, and you're not getting on a horse either." So that was my first time, and we did a lot of culture things. I went down this slide, that was fun, adventure type things. So there was all kinds of.
Okay. I saw y'all on a swing or something with some butterfly wings or something.
Yeah, so it was a lot of that was a lot of the things that you could do that you would do like over in Bali. And then I'll be posting some of my activities that I did on our Jet Setting Divas account. So hopefully people can look at it and see.
Yeah, so it's easy because certain things that you do in certain countries or certain places, they're being adopted everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's good to hear, because when I hear El Salvador, I always think impoverished country.
Yeah.
The people are poor because they're always moving here to the United States. So I was curious on what the tourism piece would look like, because I know that with all of, the climate that we're in. I was just wondering what was there to do, but that's interesting to know that there's some things to do. But you put something on my new bucket list for all
very
of us.
economical. That's what I would say. Very economical. The food was really good and very economical. Even the prices to stay very economical. So I would say that
So
on the
what is
other
their
side.
drink? So what is the drink of El Salvador? I know like Mexico is margaritas. What is El Salvador's drink?
Well, I don't know about their drink. I mean, honestly, maybe margaritas.
What kind of
Okay,
food?
so their food is pupusas is their food,
Okay,
which
and what
is
is
like
that?
it's sort of like a bread with either like sort of like a pancake almost, except it's not flavor. It's sort of like a bread pouch with any kind of flavoring inside of it. Well, it can be beans, it could be meat, it can be meat and cheese. Yeah,
Okay.
stuffed inside.
I've heard of it, and there's places right here in Dallas that serves that.
Oh, you've had okay for pupusas,
Okay.
yeah.
But so that's the signature food of El Salvador.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
awesome. That is great to hear. I was interested. I knew that you were out there. We got a war going on. We're hearing about all these people that are trapped in Dubai.
Yeah, I'm kind of concerned about that. Have you all heard about anybody trapped anywhere, and how are they handling it?
There's
I've seen
a football player who's trapped there, and I think he's a college player, and he's trapped. And the school is really concerned because, they're just in the hotel, and of course, Dubai is not cheap, so they've had to extend their stay, and it's very expensive. So I think the person just kind of went live, and they were like, I don't know how, because you ain't finna get out of there without paying your bill. So I think that was the concern, was that, they're running up like $1,000 a day bill as long as they're there. That's just for the stay. So what do you do? I mean, that is, I know that there are other Middle Eastern places. There's Abu Dhabi, there's Dubai, we know. But I mean, I wonder, what do you do? Because they're not going to let you leave the country, and they're not going to let you can't leave the hotel. So you're kind of like, you got to stay where you are.
You call the embassy to see. I don't know. What do you do to try to get up there?
Because I mean, it's a war.
I did see people were calling. I think J.E.T Vance gave people a number, and they showed on the news. People called the number, and it was like a recording on there saying there was nothing that the embassy could do.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because right now, I don't know if the government even thinks about, you have people, because they've already lost like 4 military lives, and a lot of other people. So it's like, that people are traveling. This is travel time. So why would you not make accommodations to get Americans back before the craziness starts? Or but I mean, the world is crazy with travel. And what other travel y'all got planned? That's what I want to know. I'm like, we're trying to
I don't have any. I mean, we're going to the Houston rodeo, but I don't have anything internationally, Trent. But I did want to. I mean, we were talking about what's going on over in Dubai, and that was a very interesting story, Tina, that you were talking about with the person that was stuck in the hotel, and he didn't know what he was gonna do. Yeah.
Well, there's several people stuck.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I saw. It was a son and a mom.
It was him and his mom. And but the school that he goes to was kind of trying to get money together to kind of help them get back, or be able to ensure that they can pay their bill when it's time to check out or leave or whatever. But that's not a country you could just walk out of the hotel and just say, I'm not paying. They will put you in prison for a long time for anything that's immoral in their means. So I'm curious to see if the government is going to step in and help all these stranded Americans that are in the Middle East, or definitely in the areas where there's disturbance. And then what we also have to think about is gas. Do you know the main line that carries 20% of the U.S. gas supply or oil is right there? It's like the right where they've bombed, and they've had a lot of the activity going on. So you know what? If you haven't gassed up, you better gas up, because I gotta
go gas up right now.
It's gonna jump up.
Well, you look like you're ready, actually.
Huh?
No, I'm not. I was running on my lunch break to gas up, so I gotta go gas up as soon as we finish this podcast. I have to gas up. Because
Yes.
gas is going up. This is exactly. So you and Tina, you just asked the question about travel. I wonder, are we going to be able to travel much the rest of this year, and especially internationally? I think we're done international travel until this war is over.
Yeah, and I'm just concerned that we don't know what nuclear capabilities or what type of allies that Iran have that will be able, that will impact us, because even though it's Iran, they have allies like Switzerland, or they have different places that they have allies, and we may not be able to go into those countries.
So I'm going to show you all what I've got for the. So I ordered these this week. They said, I've done my research, and they said that for the nuclear, we need to have just these masks. These masks we need to have.
Give me a gas mask, because nuclear, that gas mask ain't doing that for the nuclear.
No, Tina. They said these masks will handle. I can put the information up on our page, but they said these masks, these F45 masks, they will give you some protection, like at least 90% protection. So you use a couple of these masks, and you will at least have 90% protection. And stay inside. Do not go outside. Stay inside. Put these masks on, and you will have some protection. So I ordered some of these masks just this week.
Yeah, we're going to have to supply up, because water supply and just protected. I think I'm gonna have to get me one of them whole suits and a whole gas mask. You go to the Army supply store. I think I may have to go do that.
I was gonna do that too but this is a backup. They said I'm gonna send you all the info. We'll put it on our website. Okay. This is a backup.
Okay, yeah. So I tell everybody, you know what? These are some weird times, and you know what? Get yourself prepared, and don't think that this is like the Kuwait or Iraqi war that we had before. I think that this is going to be, it is a power struggle. So that's why I'm concerned that, are they ever going to let go of what issues they have? And U.S. wants that oil, so it's going to be a struggle there.
Yeah.
But this has been great conversation, everyone. I definitely can't wait to get back online and tell everybody about our amazing trip to Houston, because we're going to the rodeo.
Yep. So look forward next week to the next podcast. We're going to be talking about the Houston livestock and rodeo, and I'm sure there are a lot of people going, and we're going to give you a briefing of what we enjoyed and what it's going to be great. I can't wait.
Well, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas. Talk to you soon.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Want to own a home, especially your first? Well then, welcome home to the Old National Bank Down Payment Assistance Program. We're here to help you from start to finish and make getting a mortgage a little easier. Plus, you may be eligible for up to $15,000 to use toward your down payment. How's that for a little easier? Everyone deserves a place to call home and a bank to help get them there. Connect with an Old National mortgage lender to learn more. Old National Bank. Get old in your new home.
When she walked in on her first day at Doherty Family College at the University of St. Thomas, she didn't know a soul.
I'm Zion, and I'm a second year at DFC.
A year later, and so many changes for Zion.
I love my friends here. I couldn't do anything without them. We support each other all the time.
At Doherty Family College, Zion also finds support on the academic side. Like all DFC students, Zion can count on a team committed to her success. Doherty Family College is Minnesota's affordable private college option. DFC students earn their associate's degree and then can transition to a 4-year college or university for their bachelor's. Many are students of color or first in their family to go to college.
It's nice to see people that look like you pursuing an education, you know, wanting to succeed academically.
Zion encourages any high school student looking for a college home to do what she did and apply to Doherty Family College.
All the support you could need is here.
Ready to make your move and experience Doherty Family College for yourself? Then schedule your visit to the Minneapolis campus at dfc.stthomas.edu/visit.